What's happening, everybody? You're now tuning into the Producer's Corner with Spud Too Tight, and I have a very exciting show for you today. I want to welcome a very talented singer and songwriter to the show. He has written and collaborated with some of the biggest names in the business, from Akon to Trey Songz to Mario, T-Boz of TLC, and Montel Jordan. Please welcome singer-songwriter and A&R consultant, Mr. Daryl Easterling, aka Tiger the Rider. How's it going, man?
What's up, Spud? What's going on, man? It's an honor to be on the show, man. It's an honor.
Appreciate it, man, and taking your time and bringing your experience to the show, man. I really appreciate it, man, on a special show like this.
Oh, man, it's all fam.
Oh yeah. Well, to celebrate Black History Month, I want to pay tribute to legendary music icon Teddy Riley for his contribution to the music industry. Aside from creating his own music genre, New Jack Swing, Teddy Riley has opened the door for so many musicians and continues to be a major music gateway for musicians all over the country. I wanted to bring his former A&R consultant, Tiger the Rider, to share his experience of working with Teddy Riley in the business.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it was an honor. I moved to Atlanta from a very, very small town in South Carolina, Sherrall, South Carolina. And when I moved to Atlanta in 2008, the very, very first house that I went to was Teddy Riley's. And I was there to work with his producer that was there named Einstein. Teddy was in Japan at the time, so Einstein called Teddy up and told him who I was, and immediately, Teddy embraced me with open arms and love. He said, that's Tiger. Oh man, that's love. You know what I mean? So that's love right there. That's family right there. That's, let him in. You know what I mean? Being that he has so much respect for my older brother Jazz of Drew Hill. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Mark. He knew them, so he said, yo, if you're part of that line, oh man, come on, you family. It's all love. So work with Einstein. Teddy started hearing about me in 2009. After working on Mario, I went to LA to work on the what I thought was the Dr. Dre project, but it turned out to be for Ice Cube, Life in California.
Wow.
On Ice Cube's album, I'm the West. I did the hook on that, me and Sir Jinx. So, after that, I was kind of on a songwriting high. I was working with Laney Stewart, a real good friend of mine out there, Mr. Sam Kling. Out there at Pure Music Publishing. He introduced me to Laney Stewart, and Laney Stewart created, Red Zone with Tricky and Mark Stewart. So, after that, I was out in Salt Lake City, Utah. So, my homeboy at the time that was out there, O for Show, he was out there. We was out there together, and he knew Deja, which was Teddy's oldest daughter. He knew Deja. Deja was like, Tiger, me and my sisters were about to start a group. We'd love for you to work with us. So a lot of people was like, man, don't do it. You don't know if these girls can sing. You don't know too much of anything. So I'm like, yo, like, it's Teddy Riley's daughters. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to go off the faith. I'm going to do it. So I did it. I wrote the very first record for them called Typical Girl. Produced by Epic the Don. We was out there working with B. Howard. Teddy played the record for the Jackson family and was like, who is this kid? Who is he? So from there it blossomed. You know what I mean? Teddy blessed me with the opportunity to be, his A&R consultant, to develop his daughters, and I did. Took the girls out to LA. We got our first meeting with Island Def Jam in 2009, with the big help of a consultant rep in Baltimore by the name of Eric Dawson. So from there, it went from business then to personal. He's like a big brother to me. And he showed me so much in the business. He stamps a lot of things that I do, and I'm not afraid to say that. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to give credit to what credit is due. He allowed me to be able to, do a lot of things in the music business, and I'm grateful for it. You know, I'm grateful
Definitely.
for the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Definitely.
just grateful, and I'm thankful to have somebody like him in my circle, you know, or should I say in his circle.
Right.
It's great to have, you know, say somebody like that in your corner where you can call and ask for advice, and you know he's always there. You know, he's just a humble dude, man. He's just a humble person, you know, God fearing. You know, one thing about Teddy, he keeps God first, and you know, and that's great because you very, very rarely see that in this business. You very rarely see that, you know what I mean, that people will acknowledge God, the Almighty first, and he does.
That's
He
right.
does, you know. He blessed him with this opportunity to be able to, you know, be his A&R consultant, and still, whenever I'm working on projects, I, I usually send over an entertainment resume. It really don't really mean anything, but to a lot of people who don't know about the business, it means a lot to them when I send my entertainment resume, and at the bottom, under my references, it says Teddy Riley.
Wow.
And they're like, wow, yeah, he's on my reference. You can call him as a reference. So I just want to take the time out, you know what I'm saying, with you on the show to really, you know, give TR, you know, pay homage. You know, you pay homage to where homage is due. And, you know, we just winning. You know what I mean? It's okay to be a part of the winning team. You know, the very first thing Teddy said to me when he met me, he said, "It's an honor to meet you."
Wow.
That humbled me so much that a legend would say, "It's an honor to meet you. I've heard of a lot of great things about you.
Yeah.
It's an honor." I'm like, man, you did Michael Jackson. It's an honor to meet you. It's an honor to meet you. So, you know, with that being said, you know, he showed me a lot of the, you know, the ropes. You know, Montel Jordan too. You know, Montel Jordan, you know, showed me the ropes. Montel got me into songwriting. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So, you know, it's all a big circle. You know, it's all a big circle. You know.
Now, listening to your music and some of the tracks that I had a chance to lay my ears to, Tiger, you got a really unique writing style, man. And some of the material that I listened to, kind of give me some details and really how you put things together, like this track here.
That's one of my big records right there. That's one of my big records right there.
How did that
Sound of
track come
Music.
together, man? Sound of Music. How did that come together?
Well, I was at the Anthony Dent studio with Polo and Dent, and we was in a writing session together. I had a couple writers in the room with me, and when he played the beat, when he played the production, it just automatically hit me. You know, it's the sound of music. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a record like that is bright. You know what I mean? That record is bright. You know, it gives you the feeling of life. And whenever you down and out, what do you do to lift you up? You listen to music.
That's right.
You feel like you can do anything, just like the record. You know, turn it up right here. Don't you feel like that?
All day.
You feel like that, right?
That's right.
No limits beyond the sky. Woo. That's one of my big records right there. You hit home when you play that right there, Spud. You hit home. and you know the formula to writing big records is big hooks, pretty bridges, and simple verses. That's the formula.
Yeah.
Big hooks, pretty bridges, and simple verses.
Wow. That
You know
is
what I
the
mean?
key, man. And, you know,
And I got that from TR. You know what I mean?
definitely. I was just
You know
going to
what I mean?
say that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Listening to him, you know, listen to the records that he did with Jasmine Sullivan, Robin Thicke, you know what I mean? Like all these artists that people don't think, oh, what's Teddy Riley doing? What is he doing? I haven't heard anything from him. All you gotta do is just pay attention and read the credits.
That's right.
Pay attention and read the credits, baby.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's all you gotta do.
Well, he's definitely a legend, man. I mean, he's produced so many artists so many tracks. I mean, his library is just so vast. I mean, I can go all the way back since '87 as a follower of Teddy Riley, man. I really got into his music around '87, '88 when I started tracking and recording. And
Wow.
at that time, man, it was R&B slash hip hop. Everyone kind of had their own lane at the time.
Right.
And I was just really doing pure R&B. But, you know, being on the block, I'm really trying to capture the attention of my homies, man. You know, really trying to get them
Right.
into what I do. And they appreciated
Right.
my talent, but it just wasn't hitting them. You know, then
Right.
when Teddy came out with New Jack Swing, man, I said to myself, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is the sound that I want to be a part of. Because now
Right.
I have the ability as a keyboardist to play all my pretty chord progressions and build those big bridges, man, and keep that bottom end heavy with
Right.
the hip hop drums. And it captures the attentions of my friends where they want to play it and knock it in the car. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for him to bridge that gap, it just changed the music industry, and everyone's sound started changing. Even seasoned producers that were out there was really gravitating to the New Jack Swing style.
Uh-huh.
You
They
know,
had no choice.
had no choice, man. You know what I mean? And again, I'm growing up on hip hop and R&B. Turned 16 years old, I started playing as a main keyboardist for my uncle's church and a guitarist, man. And
Wow.
not really having a huge gospel background coming into it, I was like, man, how am I going to fit into this, you know, this realm and this new style of gospel, man? Because I got so much respect for it, but not having that background. Little did I
Right.
know, man, all the chord progressions that TR was playing, man, these were all gospel progressions. So I started listening to those gospel songs. I'm like, hey, man, I know them chords, man. I know those progressions. I know the arrangement.
Right.
And it just really prepared me for church environment, for contemporary jazz, for hip hop, for R&B, man. It just became limitless of what I could do as a producer. You know what I
Right.
mean? And keeping that goal, I just wanted to get with him, man. For the past 22 years, like, man, that was my main goal. Got to get with TR, man. I got to meet him. I got to holler at him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to be a part of that camp. So
Right.
I got a chance to get with him, man, and conversations just kept going. And I was, at that time I got with him, I was at a place studio-wise. I wanted to make a change, man. I've been running Mac for so long, running Logic and some of these other sequences that were out there.
Right.
But it just wasn't home for me. You know, it was becoming a chore to write and create, and I hate when things just block me. It just really blocks and clouds my vision. You know, so I had a
Right.
chance to talk to TR, gave me the final and just the best blueprint of having a studio, got me out of Mac, put me on PC, but this is a modified PC. I know everyone's looking at PC and Mac. No, let me
Right.
tell you. This PC is nothing like you've ever seen, man. I'm running
Right.
16 gigs of RAM, 2
Ooh.
internal hard drives, i7 quad-core processor. All of my plugins
Wow.
that were 32-bit at one time have now been converted to 64-bit. So I get a chance
Wow.
to utilize all of my RAM on my PC because the library that he gave me, man, he gave me every sound that I could possibly use in the studio. Any type of sound that I can think of, I have it. And it's
Wow.
coming right from TR himself.
Wow,
And it
yeah.
literally, man, it took me about a year or two just to really grow into it and really find out what he really gave me. And the
Right.
creativity, man, has blossomed like never before. It's just amazing, man. And just to
Wow.
have that one-on-one time with him, editing, programming drums, layering, chopping things, it just took my creativity to another level, man. I can't thank him enough. And like you say, man, just to be part of his circle, it's a blessing in itself because he
Yeah.
does give back so much, and he really looks
Yeah.
out for the crew that he's with and has them in his camp. And he really goes out of his way to make sure everyone's got what they need to stay creative, man. And that right there, I couldn't put a price tag on what he's done for me that way.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
like, you know, so he's producing Michael Jackson. He's produced the best of them all, man. Keith
Lady
Sweat,
Gaga.
Lady
Lady
Gaga.
Gaga.
And not to mention, he's taken the sound of New Jack Swing, took it over to Korea. Now everyone's gravitating to his sound
Yeah.
from New Jack Swing in
Yeah.
Korea, Japan. It's
Yeah.
worldwide, man. New Jack Swing
Worldwide, baby.
spread it like a virus, and it's growing every single day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, your relationship with him, man, as far as writing and producing and things, I mean, what kind of tips and things that he really shared with you that really took your creativity and writing structure to another level?
just the whole thing of making sure that the record feels good. Don't really focus on the actual sound too much, because when it's getting mixed, and the plugins is getting put on there and all that stuff, like that's gonna make it sound good. But your job is to make it feel good, and and just keep it simple, and just give it all you got. You know what I mean? Making sure that you take your time with the records. That's why a lot of my records sound the way they do. Well, the majority of my records, well, all of my records
Yeah.
sound the way they do, because I take time. Sometimes it may take me a week or two or three, or sometimes even a month to create one song, to finish one song, because one thing that I took from TR is, don't rush it.
Right.
Let it come.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Don't rush it. Let it come. Make sure you give it all you got, and just keep it simple. You know what I mean? Keep it simple, and but whatever you do, don't throw away nothing. Don't erase nothing. Especially creating tracks or songs. Don't erase nothing, because in the words of TR, you erasing millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Right. That's a
You
good point you
erasing
brought up,
millions of
man.
dollars.
It's good to work a track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really helps your mind put new ideas into it. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
times as creators and just in life in general, we kind of want things to fall into our lap sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes we might get lucky with a good groove and things, but it can possibly stop there and you'll
Right.
get a block. So yeah, you definitely don't want to erase those ideas, man. You want to probably go back to it and just let it build and let the music speak to you, because it's going to form
Right.
itself, man. You just really got to be patient with it and really
Gotta
take
be
your time.
patient.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
you gotta
I
be
think
patient with it.
He's really disciplined when it comes to his sound. Never settle for less than the best. That's what he's telling me.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
just having that motto, and a lot of us do preach it and practice it, but to hear it from the man, the source of where this all started, is just just kind of more affirmation for me to keep doing what I'm doing, and just to
Absolutely.
continue to stay on that map of success and creativity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now I want to talk to you, man. You can piggyback with me, add your own information, but I really want to share with the public, man, the true definition of New Jack Swing. It's I hear a lot of information going back and forth, people's opinions, and this isn't a style that started in the 80s and 90s and ended in the 80s and 90s. This is a progression of a style that even today producers, musicians, and pretty much all music composers and creators are using in their style. Before there was New Jack Swing, man, everyone had their own lane, own style of music. Teddy Riley brought these worlds together, bridged the gap between all the music genres, and at that point, there was no rules to the game of how you can create. You know what I
Right.
mean? With the heavy hip-hop drums, the melodic structure from R&B, contemporary jazz, gospel, pop. I mean, you got pretty much all the basic styles that's out there in one style. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And whether you know it or not, these young producers today are doing New Jack Swing.
Yep.
It's just in a different form, but the theory and concepts behind it is New Jack Swing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is a style that will continue to blossom and to inspire others to create. Just as it so me, you, and tens of millions of other musicians out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because to say that it's a dated style, that's like saying music is dated. No, man.
Right.
This is the theory and concept that you want to apply to all of your music creations. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you hear a lot of cross training and bringing things together. Now, we were doing this back in the 80s and 90s with New Jack Swing. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's because of Teddy Riley, because of his innovative mind and his creative mission behind this, man, really just took music to another level.
Yeah.
And using these principles, man, there's no way that you can get writer's block. I mean,
Right.
you stay inspired to write every single day just because there's no rules to how you put this material together now, man. There's no way
Absolutely.
to bridge me into a box. I can go anywhere I want to go musically now because of New Jack Swing. And I'm sure
Absolutely.
you agree with me that definitely, man.
Absolutely. Saying New Jack Swing to me is, thinking outside the box is energy. It's life.
Yeah.
It's not being the same as everything else. You know what I mean? It's pretty much taking how you feel, and swing it. You know what I mean? It's dance. It makes you feel good. I mean, it is feel good music. I mean, New Jack Swing is it was the new era back then, and it's the new era now.
Right.
You know what I mean? New Jack Swing will never get old.
Never.
Never.
You
Ever.
know, so you always got the back in the day, man. You hear some of the songs like, oh man, that'll be a cool remix, man, if they were to change it up a little bit. You know what I mean? But when Teddy does something, man, his original is like the remix. It's just got so much energy and life into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you don't need to touch that song. His original songs sound like a remix just because it's just so amplified and just. It was a party in my head every single day, man. Just listening to his music, man. So.
Absolutely.
You know, just to see him, what he's doing for the industry now. I mean, Teddy, his legacy is just going to go on forever. I mean, there's not a conversation that you can't talk about musically in hip-hop, R&B, engineering, and not talk about Teddy Riley. You know what I mean? And if you're not a keyboardist and you're not a full musician, listen to what's going on in the track. I promise you. The beat makers and the guys who chop up samples, if you listen to TR stuff, you're gonna pick up something from him on that because
and if you don't, you ain't networking. You know, that's true networking right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, so just to have him around, just to create and to see what he's gonna do next, man, I really can't wait to see what the next project's gonna be released, man. I mean, everyone's gonna be bringing out their pad and pen on this one, I promise.
Right. Absolutely. He should start TR 101.
That's right.
The Teddy Riley edition.
Definitely.
You ain't getting it right unless you get it from TR.
That's right. Now, Tiger, man, you got a lot of up-and-coming projects that you're working on, and you got some big things in the works, man. What are we looking for in 2014 for you?
2014, man. I'm doing a lot of collaboration right now with Sony Red. Doing some stuff with them. Just focusing on taking my A&R consultant label. Label, we're a publishing company.
Yeah.
but I mean that's too deep into it. But to keep it simple, we're an A&R consulting company that focus on especially dealing with artists, songwriters, and producers. As far as what artists is concerned, we focus on the artist's image, sound, and direction. We focus on polishing the artist, doing EPKs, doing studio hibernations, doing customized radio marketing campaigns.
Wow.
For artists. So I mean, it's a variety of things that that we're doing right now to get prepared. We're about to go to South Carolina, the whole DMV area. The DMV music group is about to come out with a lot of great things for that area. Shout out to Hand to Hand Entertainment out there. They're a big management company that's working with M&T and our consulting. I got about 10 consultants all over the U.S. That's working with us to help find new talent, find new artists, new songwriters, new producers, so we can bring to these labels and we can bring to the industry and help keep the industry fresh. Help keep the industry fresh and, working with a lot of great people and just establishing great relationships. I'm working with Ken Polycard out there in L.A. on this Hunting Christ trilogy, Hunting Christ, Hunting Lucifer, and Hunting God. So I'm doing some co-production on some movie stuff.
Wow.
So shout out to Ken Polycard on the Hunting Christ. So I'm one of the co-executive producers for that movie. So I mean, hey, I know you produce. Let's get on these soundtracks. You already know what time it is. We get TR on it. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. It's gonna be real great, man. God is gonna be going to be a lot of influence in this right here, as he does everything else. He's going to influence a lot of the great things that we're going to be doing. He is the captain of the ship. Always. So he's going to be guiding us in a lot of things, a lot of directions. So we got radio campaigns, we got EPKs, we got studio hibernations. Shout out to Sony Music, Sony Red, saying on the collaboration with us, working together, to help find this talent out here. So Teddy's made all of this possible.
That's right.
he's made all of this possible. Everything that I'm saying right now that we're doing is because of TR. You know what I mean? It's because of TR. Putting his blessings on it. You know what I mean? And it just allowing us to work, man. We working. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And God is definitely working through TR.
Yep.
He's
always.
definitely working with, what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might hear this and say, "Oh man, you just, you laying it on extra thick, you laying it on extra thick." Now let me look into this camera, man. TR was there when I was going to people saying, "Hey man, let's work. Hey man, let's do this, let's do that." And they were, let me put this in quotation marks, they were too busy. Oh, I'm busy doing this, or I'm busy doing that, and I'm doing this, and Tiger will get back with you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Teddy Riley saw me, he was like, let's go, let's do this. You know what I mean? Here's a shot, here's an opportunity. He believed in me when others were too busy, or they wouldn't answer their phone, or they'll see me reaching out to them on social media, and hey man, they knew who I was.
Yeah.
They know who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when TR gave me the opportunity, I said, man, listen, doing this, I don't even want no money. I don't want no money. You don't got to pay me. Your blessings is great enough for me. Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to put my stamp on this.
Wow.
I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm going to stay hot. I'm going to stay hungry. And I'm going to stay humble. And I'm going to stand out.
Triple H.
The Triple H's, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm gonna ask, believe, and I'm gonna receive.
Perfect. That's right.
All I need is the shot and the opportunity. I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby.
Yeah.
They don't call me Mr. Formula for nothing. I'm gonna make it happen. All I need is the shot. Okay, this is what I need to do. I bet that's all I need. You're gonna stamp this, right? If I do this, you're gonna stamp it. You're gonna give me your blessings, your stamp of approval. I bet. Let's do it then. Let's go all the way. I got this identity that I'm about to come out with. His name is Just in Time. Just in Time is the artist, so I'm working on Just in Time right now. You know what I mean? I'm working on Just in Time. I'm working on Tiffany Tyree. Whew,
wow.
Man, we got some artists. I'm working on this artist named Sauce.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Sauce. So yeah, so we got a lot of great, big, exciting things coming into the new year. You know what I mean? I'm working with a lot of people, man. So it's about to be a phenomenal year, and it's only gonna get better out here. So thank you, man. So much for having me on the show for Black History Month. Dedicating this to Big Bro TR. I wish we could have a dedication like this a lot.
Right. You and me both, man. We're definitely dedicated supporters and disciples of TR, man. Coming out of the Teddy Riley School of Music for me, man, it's just been an amazing journey, man, and I can't thank him enough. And I'm pretty sure all the guys who've been with him or are still with him feel the same way that we do, man. Have the passion behind it, because we're all music, man. This is what we do, and to have him leading that show, man, that's the way it should be anyway. So absolutely, and hopefully we can create a trend like this. You know what I mean? That other people, you know what I mean, that that he influenced, that's major, that's doing it, can come on the show, you know what I mean, and tell their story, about them and TR, and how TR, put them on, and bless them with the opportunity to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Definitely. Well, Tiger, you definitely got a spot here, the Producer's Corner, man. You're gonna come back, talk about those new projects, talk about your artists that you're producing, man. Absolutely. I definitely want to hear about it, bro. Absolutely. Spud, too tight, man. Thank you so much, man. TR, when you see this, we here, baby. We here. That's right, we ain't going nowhere. We here. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep traveling. God is your guide. He's honoring your steps, man. You know what I mean? There's no luck about this when you got favor. You know what I mean? Nothing lucky about this, what you doing, man. It ain't luck. It's favor, man. God's favor is on you, man. You're going to keep doing greater things. We love you.
TR, the movement, we out here.
Definitely.
Spud and Mr. Formula.
Yes, sir. Have a safe 2014, Tiger.
All right,
Catch
now,
up with you
Spud.
later, man. Thanks a lot,
Peace.
man. Peace.